Jai Sachidanand. I bow to pure soul within you, everybody. Jai Sachidanand. This is Dada Bhagwan. He is not a person. He says that enlightened pure soul is a Dada Bhagwan. He got his knowledge of self-realization in 1958. This is not any religion, not any sect, but this is totally spiritual science. In this spiritual science, we can achieve goal of our human life. Ultimate goal of human life is to get self-realization. Who am I? Up to now, we got religion, any sect or any religion. In that religion, we have to worship some god, chanting some mantra or adopting some good things, leaving bad things, and we have to progress in religion. We have to do some rituals. By doing some rituals, worshipping God, we are charging merit karma, and by merit karma we will get good wealth, happiness, good religion, good health, everything. But in spiritual path, we want to get salvation, ultimate liberation. And in liberation, if we charge merit karma, again we have to take birth and rebirth. So when we charge stopping charging of new karma, then only we will get ultimate salvation. So in this spiritual path, we are getting knowledge about who am I. Once we know about ourselves, then only we can come out from charging of karma. So, very important is here we are getting knowledge of self, ourself, who am I. Whatever, when child get birth, it's a name given to the child, that so and so. And we are believing that I am so and so, is my father, she is my mother, I am in this religion, I have to do so and so. But we are believing that whatever name given is I am, this is my body. We don't know really who am I. And somebody says bad word, we feel hurt. Somebody gives some respect, we feel good. So we are charging karma. So to get self-realization, first we have to know who am I. Suppose, what is your name? What you will say? First person. Your next. What is your name? No, first. Aryan. You says my name is Aryan. Then you says I am Aryan. Is there any contradiction between two sentences? My name is Aryan, then you say I am Aryan. Is there any contradiction? Both are same. What you will say? Suppose you say this is my house, then you say I am house. Is there any contradiction? So wherever you put my word, belonging must be separate from honor. So you say, my name is Aryan. Then I am Aryan and my name is Aryan is contradiction. You understood? You says my name, so you are honor of the name. So name must be separate from you. So Dada Bhagwan says separate I and my. My name, you says my hand, my leg, my head, my body. You never say I am body, I am head, I am hand, I am leg. So if you say my body, you are separate from body. My house, my husband, my children, my business. So what comes in I? He says my, everything comes in my department, then what comes in I department? That we have to realize, who am I? My worship, my meditation, everything comes in my. Then what comes in I? I without my is pure soul. My husband, my children, my business, everything is my. Then what comes in I? I is only absolute pure soul. You yourself is a pure soul. But due to ignorance, we are believing that I am Aryan. That wrong belief gets fractured, and if you get right belief, who am I? That is the ultimate goal of human life. We have to realize ourselves, who am I? I got this knowledge from Dada Bhagwan in 1971. I am studying in college. I got this knowledge from Dada Bhagwan. This Deepak is separate, I am pure soul. That awareness, after Gnan ceremony, that awareness started. And that awareness remain all the time while studying, then doing job, then my business. Every time I can remain as a pure soul, and my all this body, name Deepak, is doing business, is separate, and I am pure soul, I am separate. Then all the time inside I can feel bliss, no stress, no worry, no botheration. So by getting realization of self, we'll get inner happiness all the time. So here we will get two type of knowledge. First, who am I? And one more knowledge, who is the doer? Who is the doer behind all this happening? Why this is happen in my life? So we are, if it is good, then we says, I am doer. If something happens bad, then we are blaming on others. So really we don't know who is the doer. So that is also very important knowledge we are getting over here. Who am I and who is the doer? By this knowledge, we can remain in a stage of pure soul and feel inner happiness, inner bliss all the time. How to separate Aryan and pure soul? How to get realization of our pure soul? And in Gnan ceremony, you will get that knowledge, who am I and how I am separate from Aryan, thought, speech, body, how I am separate and I am as a pure soul. That knowledge you will get in Gnan ceremony. Anybody want to ask any question? They can ask. Yes.
Yo quisiera preguntarle qué es el Gnan Vidhi y en qué me beneficia en mi relación con las demás personas.
In Gnan Vidhi is getting knowledge of true self. What is your name? What you will say? Salvia.
Here I am. Yes, Silvia.
Yes. You says, my name is Salvia. Then you says, I am Salvia. Is there any contradiction?
Yes. I don't know.
So my name is Salvia and I am Salvia. Is there any contradiction?
Yes. Oh, I mean, I'm the same person.
So Salvia is a name given to the body for identification.
Yes, the name given to my identification.
Identification. So, really, who are you? What you will say?
I'm a person.
Yes, person means 2 leg, 2 hand. An animal has 4 legs.
And I have a soul as well.
Yes, that is important. You are as a pure soul. But somebody says bad word to Salvia. Is there any bad effect to you?
Yes.
Because you believe that I am Salvia.
Yes.
That's why you feel some bad effect of any bad word. But if somebody says bad word to Salvia, and then somebody says, it is not for you, it is some other Salvia, you are not, that person is not showing for you, then you will not feel any bad effect because, oh, I am not this Salvia, she is other Salvia. So here also, if you understand that I am pure soul and Salvia is separate, then you will feel not any bad effect of any bad word. No insult because it is with Salvia, not with you. So after Gnan ceremony, you will get a realization of pure soul. I am pure soul and Salvia is separate.
I understand. Thank you.
And after Gnan ceremony, we can see inner pure soul in everybody, our family member, our friends, in our business. Everywhere, whenever we go, we have to see inner pure soul. So our relation definitely will improve. Without knowledge of self-realization, we have anger, pride, deceit, greed. So we may hurt anybody, somebody may hurt us. After Gnan ceremony, we can get separate from anger, pride, deceit, greed. We can have inner bliss. That will solve our worldly problems, so we can remain with equanimity with people. So our relation will also improve. You understood?
Yes, thank you very much.
What does it mean that permanent happiness? The difference with happiness.
Permanent happiness. So another word is a temporary happiness. So worldly happiness we are getting from worldly things, food, money, house, everything gives happiness. But worldly things are temporary or permanent? What you will say? House is temporary or permanent?
Temporary.
Then happiness from temporary thing will temporary.
Yes.
Money is temporary or permanent?
Temporary.
Then money gives temporary happiness. Food is also temporary. Car is also temporary. Marriage is permanent or temporary?
Very temporary.
Temporary. That also gives temporary happiness. Business also temporary. Job is also temporary.
Yes.
So worldly things, whatever we are observing with five senses, everything is temporary. And from temporary things, we never get permanent happiness. So is there anything is permanent in this world?
Not that I know. No.
How can you say nothing is permanent? Because you say body is temporary or permanent?
Temporary.
How can you say body is temporary? So you must be permanent with respect to body. So body is temporary. That who says this body is temporary? You says my body is temporary. So body is temporary, mind is temporary, speech is temporary. All these relations are temporary. Things are temporary. So who will say these all things are temporary? One must be permanent. And that is a soul. Soul is permanent. Once you realize soul, I am not Cecilia, I am pure soul, then you will get permanent happiness. You understood?
Yes. Thank you. Jai Sachidananda.
Yes. Yes.
Siempre me he preguntado si en el momento que uno nace viene con la fecha determinada cuando uno deja su cuerpo. Eso.
Yes. Once things in factory also something, when we made some production, then they write down expiry date. So once birth is there, then death will be there. Which time, which place, which circumstantial evidence death will take place is also fixed. So anything get birth, then definitely it will die. So that is, so birth and death is relative thing. Soul doesn't have any birth or death, but body is temporary, so temporary will have birth and it will die. We can see so many people, they have some birth, date, then after some times they dies. So body, when soul leaves this body, it's called death. So birth and death for human, it is there and it is fixed. Birth date as well as date of death also going to happen. It is fixed. We cannot change. But why this is birth and death is happening? Because of we are charging new karma. From birth till death, whatever happen, we are doing attachment or hatred, anger or pride, deceit or greed. That will charge new karma. And whole life we are charging new karma. Our thoughts, our speech, our action is whatever happen is a discharge karma. And we are believing that I am thinking, I am speaking, I am doing, that will charge new karma for next life. So, due to ignorance, people are charging new karma. And all these three batteries, mind, speech and body, they are getting charged due to ignorance. And next life, when birth take place, automatically this battery of mind, speech and body getting discharged. Whole life, thoughts or speech or action is going to happen without our control. But we are, due to ignorance, we are believing, I am doer. And due to doership, we are charging new karma. Otherwise, discharge karma is getting discharged by scientific, circumstantial evidence. So whatever we have charged, it will get discharged, and discharge is going to happen. So beginning of discharge, ending of discharge is fixed. We cannot change, we cannot control, we cannot stop. We can change in charging of new karma, or we can stop charging of new karma. That is possible. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
Quería hacerle una pregunta siguiente. Aparte del karma negativo que se desprenderá de nuestro ser, eso es lo que entiendo. Pregunto, ¿los miedos más profundos que poseemos aún en esta iniciación se desprenderán, digamos, de nuestra existencia? Los miedos más profundos.
Really, negative karma or positive karma doesn't disappear after Gnan ceremony. It remains as it is. But you are remaining as a separation from all this karma. Leonardo has this positive or negative karma. It remains with Leonardo, but you are separated from Leonardo. All this karmic account remain as it is. After Gnan ceremony, we are separated from Leonardo. So Leonardo has all karma, positive or negative, good or bad, but you are separated. Now, your duty is to solve this all positive or negative karma with equanimity. Previously, we are believing that I am Leonardo and I am doer. That's why we are charging new karma. And after Gnan ceremony, we'll keep awareness, I am pure soul, Leonardo is separate, and what your bad or good karma, positive or negative karma, is with Leonardo. And that karma, when it comes in result, we have to solve with equanimity. So by equanimity, we'll stop charging of new karma. So don't get any fear. Karma will not disappear. We have to suffer good or bad karma. But we'll keep separation. Leonardo will have suffering of good or bad karma. And you are, as a pure soul, knower and seer. You will not get any suffering. You will not involve in this bad or good karma. You are, as an observer, you can remain separate from good or bad karma. Do you understand?
Sí, ahí lo entiendo. Gracias.
How do I control my impulse?
Whatever impulse comes, we believe that I am doer. But it happens automatically. You are not doer. But due to ignorance, we are believing that I am doer. That's why we cannot able to control. But you are separate and Yabal is separate. Then you can watch what impulse comes, what suffering comes. Then automatically that impulse will dissolve and you are free from impulse. You understood? By knowing self-realization, we can able to remain separate from all this anger, pride, deceit, greed, attachment, hatred, all impulse.
Gracias.
Understood?
Why are we afraid of death?
Because you feel, I am this body, I am Rosa, I will die one day. But really, due to ignorance, you are believing that I am Rosa, and Rosa will die. But soul, you yourself you don't know who am I, and you are believing that I am Rosa. That's why you believe that I will die. And that's called, I am Rosa is called egoism. Egoism has fear, I am going to die. But once you get self-realization, I am not Rosa, I am pure soul, and soul never dies, never taking birth, then that fear will go away. Oh, I am pure soul, I am permanent, I am not going to die. Body, just like we are changing clothes, very similarly soul will change this body, but soul remain permanent, so doesn't have any fear, I am going to die. Due to ignorance, whatever we have charged karma, that's why birth and death is coming. When we stop charging of new karma, then automatically discharge of new karma will not be there, no new body, so soul gets total liberation, ultimate moksha. So due to ignorance, we have fear of birth and death. By knowledge of self-realization, we'll come out from all these fears. You understood?
Sí, gracias.
Nani Deepakbhai,
She wants to know if the Nani Deepakbhai is a person as Jesus was in his time.
Jesus Christ is also enlightened person, and I got this knowledge from Dada Bhagwan. By blessing of Dada Bhagwan, I got this knowledge of self-realization. So after Gnan ceremony, you will also get experience, I am pure soul like Jesus Christ. Same knowledge, body is of Jesus Christ is separate, but inner pure soul, he has awakened his enlightened stage. He knows I am pure soul, I am permanent. That knowledge you will get over here. So you also feel I am same pure soul like Jesus Christ. Everybody get same knowledge over here. You understood?
Sí, gracias.
Thank you. She wants to know what is anger and if after the Gnan Vidhi the anger is going away. Jai Satsang.
Somebody says bad word to Ramona, then any effect take place? Ramona is a bad person, she is so and so, she will hurt. So anger will generate due to ignorance. When you believe I am Ramona, that's why somebody insult, that time anger will come out. And same bad words to Ramona, but Ramona is another person, then you will not feel any bad effect. So due to ignorance, anger is getting generated. Somebody insult, at the time our anger will come out. So due to ignorance, anger is there. And by knowledge of self-realization, somebody says bad word to this Deepak. So I feel, oh, this is with Deepak, not with me. I am pure soul. So I don't have any anger. So due to knowledge of self, I can remain in a stage of bliss all the time. So anger is due to ignorance only. Not only anger, pride, deceit, greed, lust, everything is due to ignorance. By knowledge of self, we can come out from all these enemies, anger, pride, deceit, greed. You understood?
Gracias.